What's going on, guys? It's time for the Season 4 finale in the regular season of the Minnesota Vikings franchise. Minnesota 10-5, already clinched a playoff spot, having won the NFC North. Doesn't say it here, but the Bears can't win anyways, so the Vikings win the NFC North. And I'm not going to be putting in the backups because the Vikings want to get a first-round bye, and they can do so by winning this game today. And their opponent today is the Detroit Lions, who are knocked out of playoff contention. Minnesota is undefeated this year against the division after Season 3 going winless, 0-6, has the opportunity to now go 6-0 and completely reverse the tables. So here we go, headed to the Metrodome for the Week 17 showdown between the Minnesota Vikings and the Detroit Lions, as the Vikings are once again going to the playoffs for the second time in this series. Of course, last time was Season 2 when Minnesota captured their first Super Bowl victory. And here we go into the action. The Detroit Lions are on offense right now. A little over 8 to go in the first quarter. Out of the shotgun for Landry Jones as he takes a snap and he's going to pass. He gets a pass off to Marlon Brown, but a flag on the play. That is a face mask called on Cedric Griffin. That will give the Lions an automatic first down and 15 yards, putting them in Minnesota territory, 47-yard line. Handoff Javid Best. He's got some room to run. That's going to be about 7 yards. Tackled by Keyston Terry, bringing up a third down and short a couple of plays later. Out of the gun again for Landry Jones. He looks left and it's nearly intercepted, looking in the direction of Marlon Brown again, but it's incomplete, and they're going to go for a long field goal. And the NFC North has been known for some great kickers, and Jason Hanson has since retired, but his replacement kicks home a long field goal, giving the Detroit Lions a 3-0 lead. Now Minnesota has the ball as Adrian Peterson picks up 8 yards and a Vikings first down. Now Klein Saucer in motion, give to Gerhardt, and he's going to get hit right away. Puts the ball on the ground. It's recovered by Christian Ponder. The Vikings would eventually punt, and we go back to the Detroit Lions now with the football. Landry Jones once again out of the gun. He's going to pass, and it's picked off. We don't get too many of these in Minnesota, but it's Taylor Mays with his first interception on the season. The Vikings would add a field goal. Lions have the ball again as Jones's pass is picked off by Jamel Fleming, and Fleming is going to take this one all the way for a touchdown as Minnesota gets 2 interceptions in the first half and now has a 10-3 lead. And the Lions now trying to rebound on offense as Best is in the backfield. 4 receivers out for Landry Jones. Good protection. He's got an open receiver. That's going to be Brandon Pettigrew, the tight end. That's a 12-yard gain and a first down. Now 2nd and 10. Jones to pass again. More good protection as he finds Calvin Johnson this time as Greenway can't get him. And I miss with Taylor Mays horribly. Calvin going to the end zone, but he's going to be tackled short of the 1-yard line as shaken up was Telvin Smith, and he broke his collarbone, likely keeping him out of the playoffs as Detroit gets a false start penalty. Now 3rd and goal from the 7, and Landry Jones, what was that? He throws it into the crowd, and Detroit has to kick a field goal. 10-6 now. Ponder and the Vikings on offense as Ponder finds Kyle Rudolph. He's going to break a tackle and pick up a first down for Minnesota. It's nice to have him back in the lineup, ready to go for this playoff run. As on 2nd and 10, Ponder hooks up with Visante Shenko. So Minnesota has some reliable tight ends, actually 3 reliable threats at tight end. But now faced with 3rd down and 7, Ponder fires over the middle for Percy Harvin, and that's caught for a first down. Gets 9 yards on the catch and run. 2nd and 6, Christian Ponder back to pass. Wide open Percy Harvin. The cover 2 defense was exposed right there. The safety had to pick one. He went for Rudolph, so I threw it right to Harvin. That's an easy touchdown, 17-6. We have about a minute and a half left to go in the first half as Landry Jones tries to lead the Lions down the field and get some points before halftime. He finds Calvin Johnson for a good gain close to midfield. 47-yard line now for Jones as here comes the pressure, hurdles the blocker, and that's going to be a sack. So backing him up now, 3rd down and 15. Jones looking to stretch the field vertically as he takes a shot deep. He's got a man with a step open. Calvin Johnson makes the catch at the 2-yard line this time, avoiding touchdowns just barely, but Javid Best would get this in for the touchdown, and the Lions would trim the Vikings lead before halftime. We go to the 3rd quarter. It's 17-13. Minnesota with the ball, hand the ball off to Adrian Peterson, getting him ready to go for this playoff run. He's got a big gain at the left side, and that's going to be a big first down to the 42-yard line. Peterson nearing 100 yards on not even 10 carries. 1st and 10 pass for Ponder. But he is sacked by Ndamukong Suh for a loss of 9, bringing up 2nd down and long now from the Minnesota 49. Handoff out of the I formation to Adrian Peterson, and he's going to break through the 1st level, get to the 2nd level, deep into Lions territory. inside the 10-yard line to the 8. 134 yards right now for Adrian Peterson. Second and goal out of the I form. Handoff to Toby Gerhardt. He goes right up the middle and gets 8 yards and the touchdown as Minnesota once again extends their lead to 2 scores. It's 24-13 now. 11-point lead for Minnesota. Play action for Landry Jones. He fires it over the middle for Marlon Brown. That'll be good for a first down. Kind of an awkward throw, but it worked for the Lions. So a new set of downs for Detroit as Calvin Johnson once again makes a catch, but he's buried by Taylor Mays after picking up the first down. Now faced with 3rd down and 8, Landry Jones out of the shotgun. He wants to throw, and that pass is well off the mark, so another long field goal attempt is going to be attempted. And the kick is up, Stafford holding, and the kick is going to be wide right. So Minnesota's defense forces a missed field goal, but Detroit gets the ball later in the 3rd quarter as Norwood, having a great season his first year as a starter, tackles Javid Best, only 1 yard gain. So 3rd down and 9, Landry Jones looking to stretch the field, everybody going deep. And look at this cannon as he fires it for Calvin Johnson. He goes up and makes the catch inside the 10. Calvin Johnson over 200 yards receiving. Minnesota having trouble covering him. 1st and goal from the 7. Pass to Titus Young as he makes a touchdown grab. And they would go for a 2-point conversion to make this a field goal game. Pettigrew in motion, and a false start is called on the Lions, so they back up to the 7-yard line. Still going to go for the 2-point conversion as Jones fires it over the middle and Titus Young makes the catch. So it's 24-21 now. Advantage Minnesota as they have the ball again, trying to increase their lead. Hand off to Adrian Peterson, and he's continuing to get good gains here in the second half. Hard to bring down. Tough running from Adrian. New set of downs for Minnesota. 1st down and 10. Ponder back to pass. He wants to take a shot deep. He's looking for Jamez Logan. 1-on-1. He makes the catch inside the 5, tackled at the 1. He's still looking for his first touchdown since his injury, but he's not going to get it there. And then out of the full house package, Adrian Peterson runs it in for the easy 1-yard touchdown. And the Vikings have a 10-point lead now as the Lions try to answer back. Beginning of the 4th quarter, handoff Javid Best, but he is not going to get too far as Chad Greenway is there for the sure tackle. And Minnesota seems like they can put this game out of reach. 2nd down and 8. Ponder throws outside for Percy Harvin, who makes a 1st down catch that'll help run some time off of the clock a little bit as Minnesota looks to get this victory and head on to the playoffs. But Ponder, he wants to go deep again for Jamez Logan. It's tipped, and it eventually is caught by Jamez. Great catch, putting Minnesota in field goal range. Empty backfield shotgun for Christian Ponder. He wants to throw again. He's got Mark Harrison open. He makes a catch, and he's going to be inside the 5 now for an 18-yard reception. But now faced with 3rd down and goal, Ponder is going to pass. Pressure's getting to him. He's running outside, and he is going to take a sack back at the 21 or 22-yard line. And Minnesota would just kick a field goal. 34-21 though, 5 minutes to go in the game. Minnesota pretty comfortable. They can't let the Lions get back into this game with Titus Young making a catch. We go ahead to 4th down and 4 though. The Lions need a conversion here, and wide open Landry Jones has Hardy, and that's going to be an easy first down, getting the Lions to midfield. They got to get 2 touchdowns on the board now. Under 4 minutes to go. Handoff Javid Best. Room to run up the middle, and he's going to pick up the first down and much more, getting to the Minnesota 31-yard line. Now 3rd down and 15. Minnesota looking to force a 4th down. Landry Jones is going to be sacked by Ian Williams. The screen did not have enough time to get set up, and Ian Williams came through and sacks Landry Jones. So 4th down and 22. Now Minnesota looking to keep the Lions from getting a first down, and that's exactly what they can't do. A completion to Titus Young is good for a first down. So Minnesota, it's kind of getting scary here in the Metrodome with the Lions going down the field past to Marlon Brown, short of a first down. Well short, actually. 4th down and 9. Jones looking to throw. He's got a man in the corner of the end zone, but he's just out of bounds, intended for Titus Young, and it is an incomplete pass, giving Minnesota back the ball as they try to kill the rest of this clock. Joe Webb is in. Didn't want to get Christian Ponder to get hurt, but his pass is well in front of Kyle Rudolph, the intended receiver. So the Lions once again with the ball, but 30 seconds to go. They need 13 points. And they have no timeouts, so Minnesota is trying to keep them from getting out of bounds. That play right there will get a lot of time off the clock. Now 1st down and 10, under 15 seconds to go as Titus Young cannot get into the end zone. Taylor Mays lays a hard hit, and time for one more play. Landry Jones back to pass. He's got Titus Young, who has had a great game receiving along with Calvin Johnson, but that is the last play of the game. Minnesota holds on, is victorious. Jamel Fleming is your player of the game, and Minnesota is 11-5 and is headed for the playoffs now after going undefeated in the NFC North this year. Landry Jones with almost 450 yards passing, but Minnesota gets the victory, and that's all that matters. I only gave the ball to Adrian 14 times, didn't want him to get hurt before the playoffs, and he did a lot of work with those 14 carries. Calvin Johnson torched our secondary, and the Lions defense played fairly well, but Minnesota 11-5, they do get the bye week and will not play wild card weekend. The games for the first round of the playoffs are the Texans at the Chiefs, the Falcons at the Redskins, the Patriots at the Jets, and the Bears at the Rams. So tune in for next episode when we get to the playoffs and the Vikings divisional round game. But thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.